For tonight's homework, I want you to do these problems in your packet on page 20 and on page 40, and then I want you to do them again in your composition notebook and write a sentence for each one. So here we go. These problems give you the graph, but do not give you inequality. You need to come up with the y-intercept and the slope, and then look at the line itself and know which way the inequality is going to go, and if it's a plane inequality or the line under it. So this first one, I'm starting with the y-intercept, where that line is intercepting the y-axis. And it looks like it's intercepting or touching it right there at 7. So the y-intercept for that line is 7. Next, slope. Connecting a couple points on the line, going over 1, down 1, or if I wanted to, over 2, down 2, it doesn't matter. Both would give me a slope of 2 over negative 2 or 1 over negative 1, which is a slope of negative 1. So the slope of this line, every time I go over 1, I go down 1, or over 2, down 2, which is the same equivalent negative 1 slope. Now my line, it is solid, so I know it will have that line, the equal line under it. It is less than. The inequality less than is the one that looks most like an L. So I know it's a solid inequality in the less than direction because I'm shading below, and because my line's solid, I have that little line under there. Now I put all three parts together, my slope, my y-intercept, and my inequality. So this inequality is y, if it gets going here. So that is y less than or equal to negative x plus 7. That is the inequality for that graph right there. Alright, the next three. 6 looks like it has a y-intercept of negative 4. If I do my slope over 1 up 2, or if I wanted to go over 2 up 4, same slope, you get a slope of 4 over 2, which is 2. So it has a y-intercept of negative 4 and a slope of 2. I am almost done. All I need is the right inequality and the right direction. It is a dotted line, so this inequality will not have the equal line under it. It is more than. The more than direction does not look like a capital L, so the more than direction will go this way, open this way. So that is a plane inequality, more than, without the equal line under there. So all three parts put together, y more than 2x minus 4. That is the inequality of that graph. Alright, 7. 7 has a y-intercept of 10. If I do my slope, connect any 2 points on the line I want, as long as it's on a grid, over 1 up 2, or I could have went over 2 up 4, or I could have went over 3 up 6. Same rise and run proportions would give me a slope of 2. So the slope of this line is over 1 up 2, or a slope of 2. It is a plane dotted inequality, so my inequality will be missing that little line under it. It is below, so that is the less than direction, which looks the most like a capital L to me. So that is y less than 2x plus 10. Alright, last one. This has a y-intercept of 5. It has a slope of over 3 up 1, over 3 up 1. Make sure you don't write that as 3 over 1. That is 1 over 3. It's got a run of 3 and a rise of 1. That slope is 1/3. That y-intercept is 5. This is a solid line, shade above, so it will have that equal line under there and go in the more than direction, which is that way. Less than looks most like a capital L. So putting that together, y more than or equal to 1/3 x plus 5. Alright, next page. Alright, these you need to solve for y first. You need to watch out. If you divide or multiply by a negative number, the inequality switches. For this problem, take away the 3x on both sides. Do not forget to bring the negative down with the 4y. That's negative 4y. I will divide everything by -4. As soon as I divide by that -4, this inequality will switch from more than or equal to less than or equal to. You got to remember to switch that inequality when you divide by a negative number. So that gives me y less than or equal to. And then -3 over -4 simplifies into 3 over 4, positive. And then 12 divided by -4 gives me -3. So that y-intercept is -3 on my y-axis. From my slope, I will go over 4 boxes, up 3, and then stair step the opposite direction. So there's my y-intercept of -3 over 4 boxes, up 3, and I got that from my slope, my rate of change number in front of x. Be able to go the opposite direction. Solid line because of the inequality. Less than because I switched it. It is going down. All those points in there are solutions to this inequality. You could check by plugging in the original or the one you solve for. This one, I'm taking away x on both sides. Bring down the 6y in my inequality and -x plus 6. Divide everything by 6. That will not switch the inequality. Leave it alone. So that gives me y less than -1 over 6x plus 1 when I divide 6 and 6. That y-intercept of 1 is going to go right here. Every time I run 6, I'm going to go down 1 for my run. So over 6, down 1. Be able to stair step the opposite direction. This is a dotted line because of that inequality, missing that equal line under there. This is less than, so I will shade below. All these points are good. 0, 0 would be the one I would choose to plug in with this fraction. All right, 25. Take away 6x both sides. Bring down the 5y. Do not subtract 6x and 1. Those are unlike terms. Divide everything here by 5. It's going to give me a real small y-intercept. I'll try my best. It has a slope of over 5 down 6. My y-intercept is 1/5, which is about 0.2, which is barely going up at all on your y-axis. I could adjust the scale if I wanted to, but I'm going to leave it. So 1/5 is right about here, not very high at all, about 0.2. And then from there, over 6 boxes, down 5. So you'll see that next point is going to be right about here. Whoops, and I think I went over 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. So over 6, down 5. Then I'm going to go left 6, up 5, which is right about here. Draw my dotted line. Shade above because this is more than. Any point in that area is good. If I was to pick a point to check, I would want to pick an x coordinate with a 5 on it. So if I plug in 5 right here, it would cancel that 5 away. If I was to use this original equation, it would not matter what I plug in because it's all fractionless. But if you have to check a fraction problem, a skill I need you to know for this module is a number to plug in for x that would cancel away that 5, and that would be any x coordinate with a multiple of 5. 5, 1, 5, 2, 10, 5, 10, 2. Alright, last one. Solving this one for y. Take away x. Make sure you bring down the -1/2 y. Don't just make that pod. That is negative. Bring the negative down with it. Right here, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of -1 over 2. The reciprocal of -1 over 2 is the flip-flop, -2 over 1. If I multiply that side by -2 over 1 or -2, I got to make sure I multiply the other side by -2. These all cancel away and just leave you y. And then on my right side, I distribute. Make sure you flip the inequality. Dividing or multiplying by a negative number flips your inequality. So that when I distribute gives me positive 2x minus 6. So -6 is my y-intercept. Right about here. Over 1 up 2, over 1 up 2. That will be a solid line. Less than, shade below. Alright, good luck. So do these problems in your packet and then do them for a second time in your composition notebook and write a sentence for each. Make sure you have finished the peer coaching problems. Look on the shared document if you want to see those answers. I'm going to be checking both this homework and that you finished the peer coaching problems from yesterday. Good luck.